Black Boy Music.
The E Squared family, subscribe to our channel, turn the notification bell on so that every time tutaenda live, kila time tutaweka comment hapo nje utakuwa unaweza kuaccess. Na kama you are our every Saturday viewer, manze, from the heart, from the E Squared team to you, tunakupenda sana. Thank you so much for always keeping it E Squared. And yes, we are at episode 85, guys. We are at episode 85. This has not been could it be possible without you guys, of course, the support. Family, any you just watching, being here with us every Saturday. We do not take it for granted. Thank you so much for always staying tuned. And of course, Leo Fearless Band wameamua kutufanyia ile kitu Show Me the Way by the late Papa Wemba. And that is how we are going to be showing you the way on Eastland's Expressions each and every Saturday. My name is Caroline Atieno and my co-host yuko somewhere angalia. Peter, karibu sana to the show.
Hey, manze.
The man in black.
Luku nayo.
Imeweza.
Na kuona unasumbua watu hapa nje.
Lazima tutese Peter, lazima tutese.
Yeah. Inakuaje manze Caroline?
Shakuwa.
Uko fiti?
Yeah.
Unakapoa manze.
Oh, asante. I love your
unapenda hii
bucket hat.
Bucket hat.
Yeah, unakapoa.
Nimeamua leo ni experiment kidogo. Unajua inaonanga nao maboys mtaani, so leo nimeona wacha nichukue ni nitakaje. So inakuaje watu wangu wangu manze, from wherever you're watching us from manze. Asante sana kwa kutune in kwa the show. You're welcome manze. If you're a first time viewer, this is how we do it each and every Saturday from 2 straight to 4 p.m. We apologize tumekuja late kiasi but tuko hapa ishaanza manze. Si ndio? tunaipiga bila kubahatisha. Yeah man, so Karo, wiki imekuwa.
This week has been crazy, guys. This week has been crazy na niko sure everyone has seen what has been going around on social media. It is so sad.
Unajua nilikuwa hapo backstage napiga hesabu manze. Nini na happen? Hizi vitu manze ni mob. How do you discuss them? Because ni vitu zenye na feel zinafaa ziongelewe, but at the same time pia ni vitu zenye zinafanya tukidwell so much on them zinaleta somber mood, like zinaharibu mood ya wase and everything, but lazima tuingie kwa social media mambo na wase wenye wako toxic kwa work environment and everything manze. It's so bad. It's so bad manze, and I think it's high time manze tujirethink kama wa Kenya, tujirudishe back to our senses.
Yes. And of course we send our deepest condolences to the families wenye wame. Yet imagine just getting to find a body that maybe someone has been missing from your family for maybe 2 years, imagine. 1 year, and then you're just getting to discover that this guy has been rotting hapo riba.
Alafu kitu funny, unajua mi udhanizi vitu zi happen kwa movie peke yake. Where do you get the guts ya kukata binadamu into pieces na umdispose in such a manner? Where do people get such kind of energy?
So sad, it's so sad.
Anyway,
again,
ni sawa.
guys, yeah. Brother be your sister, yani just be that guy. Usiku ule mtu mwenye unafunga watu na warusha kwa Riviera. Do not be that guy. And of course we are sending our condolences to the families that have lost people and to the friends who are also mourning the loss of their loved ones. May the Almighty give you the strength you need at this moment. All will be well.
Yeah, all will be well, man.
Yes.
And then Caroline, another thing yenye imekuwa ikitembea sana manze, tuko kwa elections period.
Yeah.
Registrations zinaendelea of course. In the midst of all and of everything pia kuna mambo na zinaitwa the campaigns pia zimepick hapa na pale. Au wacha tuniwaite wazae, no offense. Hao wazae wamekuwa kitembea each and every place wakijaribu kuuza sera and everything. Na I think it's time yenye tunafaa kuwa more vigilant about whatever wanatuambia, the things they are selling to us, their agendas. And then bado unajua kuna wale wase wenyewe uchukua wase wana have now conversations side. Zingine zinaikuanga insightful against other people, zingine zinakuanga tribalistic. So lazima tutukue aware manzi, especially sisi kama ma youth man. Lazima tukae rada.
Do you know one thing I love about the election period time? The youth is always a target. The youth is always a target.
Number one priority.
You're always a target. My guy, kama unatuwatch leo, sweetheart, know your value. Know your value. Your vote is not worth 50 shillings. And I will say this with confidence over and over again.
We've said
your vote is not worth 50 shillings. Think about the future generations, guys. We're heading towards the elections in August. Don't even make this about yourself. Don't even think about what works for you at this particular moment. Think about the future. What will happen to your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren? What kind of society do you want your kids and your grandkids to be raised in? Do you want to be that person when watoto wako wanakonga kwa place yenye, provided there's a handout, I'll give you my vote. What kind of society are we living? It comes back to you, youth. Wewe ni target. You know that. You know you are a target. So be wise. Be wise this time. Tusifanye the same mistakes tunafanyanga year and year. And then we come complaining of the things. Then he didn't do this. He promised that. He did not deliver on that. They are sharing the manifestos. I'm not a hater. They are sharing the manifestos. Be wise. Be keen. And think about the future.
Yeah, think about it. No, pige tu hesabu yako man. When you're voting, when you're thinking about electing someone, don't usiende na wave. It's a personal choice.
It's a personal choice.
Yeah, man. So moving on forward, Caroline.
To great news. There's something that happened this week. You want to talk about it?
No. Wewe ndio prefect kwa hii session.
So, new cases of fistula every year. 3,000 new cases of fistula. So this time, and Garissa is very rampant, by the way. It has more cases of fistula. And the good news is the county government of Garissa and a certain foundation in Nadila Fistula in Garissa have decided to offer free treatment to 250 women. And it take you through the fistula treatment. 250 women in Garissa.
That's
So
a
that
good
means
thing.
there's hope.
Mm.
There'll be more that will be coming from that, not just in Garissa, but anywhere else. So that is good news. That is
Yeah.
a great way to start.
At least manze tumepata habari njema.
Habari njema. From E squared, yes.
Habari njema manze, it's
Yeah.
good, it's good. Hizo ndio zenye zinatu encourage in the
Mhm.
midst of everything negative yenye inaendelea.
Uh-huh.
But ukisikiza such initiatives unaendelea kusikia that the other people wanajaribu kudifuse hiyo negativity yenye iko kwa society.
Yes,
Ndio.
yes.
So Caroline,
Mhm.
did you know?
You are the one giving us our today's did you know? So did you know?
I'm so excited.
Uh-huh.
Did you know that the phrase that inasema the brown,
The brown
lazy
fox.
jumps over a dog? Sindio?
Is it the dog? Or the bus? Okay.
Sindio?
Uh-huh.
Ina entail all the letters zenye ziko kwa alphabet.
It has all the alphabetical
Zote
letters.
kuanzia A hadi Z. Zote ziko hapo ndani.
Now you know.
Now you know.
Yeah.
At least leo manze hata mimi nimesema kitu ya maana manze.
Now you know.
Mm.
Guys, remember, we always not just give you the entertainment, but we also educate you and learn together in this space. We are going to be growing together. This is a beautiful year. We did so much in 2021. You guys are witnesses. There's so much content on our page. And from this live show, you can check out our page, watch the videos, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Unele show moto ina happening kila Saturday, sinda?
Yeah, manze. Now, of course, we give you an opportunity to interact with us kwa social media. I mean, kwa comment section hapo hivyo YouTube.
Mhm.
Talk to us, tuambie una watch kutoka wapi. Kwanza leo nataka tufanye kitu tofauti,
Uh-huh.
Nataka tufanye census, si ndio?
Mhm.
Nataka tujue mafans wetu wamejigawaje hii nchi,
Mhm.
si ndio? So ukicomment hapo hivyo chini, tuambie una watch kutoka wapi. Si ndio? Nataka kujua watu wa East, watu wa West, watu wa Udhumo, watu wa Coast bana.
Yes, and of course, you can always interact with us on our social media handles. We are on Facebook at Eastlands Expressions, on Twitter at E_squared_KE, and of course on Instagram pia pale at E_squared_KE.
We have amazing content manze hapo. Jump in, dive in,
Mhm.
enjoy yourself, si ndio?
Be part of the family, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, boti naenda usiache.
Boti
nyuma.
naenda. So Karo, this month we are having a very interesting conversation, si ndio? In particular this day ya leo.
Yeah.
Tunaangalia if it's like a question, si ndio?
Mhm.
Are there enough investment opportunities for young people?
Yes.
And kama ziko, do young people know about them? And kama wanajua, what have they done about them?
Mhm.
Si ndio?
Yes.
So kuna kuangana hiyo notion ya msi anafaa kungoja fike maybe 30 40,
Mhm.
achange do apige sherehe kwanza, alafu akishafika 40
Ndio kumbuke
akizeeka
investing.
ndio anza kutafuta mambo na kuinvest.
Yeah.
But today we want to get an insight, si ndio?
Yeah.
Of the importance of investing early.
Mhm.
The importance of young people kuji-engage kwa investment opportunities. How do you look for these investment opportunities? How do you choose the right investment opportunity for you? Because si kila investment opportunity ni poa for wewe in comparison to mtu mwingine, si ndio?
Yeah.
Kenye ni inanifavor ikufevi, si ndio?
Mhm.
Na in as much as inakufavor, inafaa kukuwa strategic investment, si just blindly kuchukua dona kurusha,
Yeah.
si ndio?
Yeah.
So unafaa kupiga hesabu, hata ukiinvest jua una invest ndio nini happen, si ndio? So I'm looking forward to the conversation manze.
Kwa mjanja, chapa sherehe ukiinvest. And of course, we have an enterprise risk business continuity and consultation mwenye atakuwa na to guide through that conversation.
Yeah.
He is in the building. He'll be joining us in a few. And like Peter said, today we are doing things a little different. This year, actually.
This year.
We are going to be doing things differently, but of course, you're still going to enjoy our content. You always do enjoy our content.
And then apart from conversation, lazima
We
tuchangamke.
have an
Lazima
amazing
tuchangamke.
lady. Whoa.
Lazima tuchangamke, lazima
Yeah.
turukaruke, tusikize mziki manze. Hiyo ndio kenye imetuleta hapa. Tumekuja kujibamba, si ndio? But tukijibamba pia tuna fuse in ka conversation, si ndio? So we have an amazing lady manze who is in the building. I can't wait to meet her. Manze mimi mwenyewe niko excited to meet her. I don't know whether you fans are excited to meet her. You should be.
Yeah.
You have no option.
Yeah.
Hey, manze.
And
So
of course, that is how we welcome you to the show. Our band, Black Boy Band, always pulling it through for us. Thank you so much, guys. Of course, before we continue with the show, I'd love for us to introduce our first guest of the day, Mr. Samwel Kibaara. Like I said, he's an enterprise risk and business continuity consultant. He's going to be guiding us on the right ways of you as a youth diving into those investment opportunities. And he's just going to help us navigate around the dynamics of investing, planning, being financially...
And
able to plan your resources well.
yeah, and to everyone mwenye na watch, imagine this is the right time to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Ni January, si ndio?
Mhm.
So you have a long duration hapo hivyo mbele yenye ukiamua kusikiza na ujaribu saizi, you never know in 6 months time mfuko itakuwa imejaa bundle kidogo maybe.
Yes.
Si ndio?
Yes.
So I'll let you have the conversation.
And then tutarudi kwa entertainment to
Alafu
dance kidogo, si ndio?
mimi nirudi na mbwembwe na
Ni sawa.
mbwembwe.
So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, allow me to introduce Mr. Samwel Kibaara. Karibu to the show. Hi.
Hi.
Sauta. Usiniogope. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
It's nice to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yes. So we'll start from the introduction. Tell us your name and a bit of what you do.
All right. My name is Sam Kibaara. I'm many things, but for this afternoon, I'm a financial coach, but I do risk management and business continuity consulting. It's a mouthful. Yeah, so I do financial coaching and making sure that people are financially healthy.
Okay.
Yes.
So I am very curious. I'm a very curious person. So before we get into the conversation of today,
Yeah.
I'd love to get to know, what does an enterprise risk and business continuity consultant do?
All right. Risk management is actually a field that is not as old as the many other fields, but this is a field that just ensures that businesses or organizations are able to identify the things that can make them go down. So many businesses are very good at planning things that will make them achieve great things. So you plan what will make you get great things, but you don't plan what things would make you come down.
Okay.
So risk management is about ensuring that you identify those things, you manage them, and then as continuously as you go forward. So business continuity now comes immediately after you do risk management. Some of these risks are big enough to come, and once they manifest, they immediately wipe you out. And I think COVID has actually proved that if you don't manage the risks, all the risks in your organization or business, and they are significant, then they could actually make you go down. So your business ceases to continue. So business continuity risk management, they are all aligned, and is to ensure that this business, for example, this Black Boy, is there 10 years to come because you've been managing your risks.
Okay.
Yes.
How do I manage the risk actually? How do I manage them?
Managing the risk is actually not a science or even an art that requires you to have exceptional things. Actually, sometimes we say it's actually advanced common sense. For example, I say I want to go to town and I want to be in town by 5. It means that that is my goal. So if that's my goal, then I need to come back and say, what could make me not get to town by 5? So it could be something financial. It could be something, like logistical. It could be something social. I could meet with friends and I don't get there. So all the things that would come and distract me from achieving that mandate is actually a risk. So that's a very simplified way of how do you manage risk. So you identify those things, then you actually analyze them to see which one is more critical, and then come down and say, how do I manage this? And that actually also happens to an individual. We need to ask ourselves, what goal do I have if it's financial? What are the things that would make me achieve that or not achieve that? And then systematically manage these things and ensure that you actually increase your chances of achieving an objective that you have set.
Well explained.
Yes.
Yes. Now coming to our conversation, we hear a couple of cases people talking on investment, and investing is very good. As a youth, it is very important to invest. But would you say there are enough opportunities? There are enough investment opportunities for our youth in Kenya?
I think investment opportunities are there. Numerous investment opportunities. What I think there isn't is, one, I don't think we have enough financial literacy. In other words, I don't think we have enough awareness of these opportunities. And secondly, I don't think we have enough capacity to actually do investments. What do I mean by that? For example, you can't talk about investments if you don't have food to eat.
Yeah.
So you need to first manage the life that you have now for you to talk about investments. So those two things, I think, would be what I would say is lacking. But in essence, there are always opportunities to invest. Even though we may say traditional investment methods are not there, I mean, the youth today may not easily buy a piece of land. But the youth of today can use a YouTube to make money. That was not an opportunity that was there before. The good thing is that despite the changing environment, the investment principles remain the same.
As a youth,
Yes.
I am so determined I want to invest, but now there's that issue and maybe you don't earn enough to also be able to partition. This is for the basic need, this is what I want, and this is what I'm going to put into my account. How do I maneuver around?
I'm laughing even before you finish the question, because that is a question that comes every time. I don't earn enough. I can assure you, in this whole world, I don't think there's anybody who earns enough. Otherwise, if you earn enough, you go home. Even Bill Gates would have stopped developing more software because he has had enough. It's just a chance that once you move up to this level, you now see the next level. So it's actually something graduated. Coming down now to the youth, I think that the number one thing that we always talk about is actually understanding your context and environment. That is always so critical, because the most difficult thing for a youth is actually building capital. Building capital so that now you can answer the question you've just asked, that I have enough to do this and now have something remaining. And in building that capital, mindset is so important. Having the right money mindset. If you go into the money, into the whole investment world with the mindset, I don't have enough, it will never be enough. And there are people who, if you say hi to them today, they will just answer you and say, "Nikungangana tu." It's like that's a standard. You have already put it in your mind that this life is a struggle, and it will be a struggle. So I think for the youth of today is first understand the context, and then start where you are. Because today, there are investment vehicles that allow you to save 20 bob a day. So you don't have to be thinking about millions if you are at the 20 bob, 100 bob at that point. And then let's look at environment. How do I spend my money? How do I if I have 1,000 bob, how does it go? I use it on airtime, I buy bundles, I buy lunch, I buy this. What of these things can I change? I can decide I will not be eating lunch of 100 bob, but I will be using eating for 50 bob. So what do you do with these other 50 bob? And the key to investment is this 50 bob needs to be removed from the basket that is accessible to you. Because if it's there, you'll still use it. Fine, you may save it from the lunch, but you might now realize that you're using it for something else. So you need to remove it from this basket intentionally. So that now you say, I have started saving 50 bob, and you know that in due time, it will build up to something. Then once now it builds up, because without savings, and many times I've been called to talk about investments, and the first question I ask, so what are we investing? So if you don't have savings, if you don't have capacity, if you don't have things, then it becomes very difficult to have that investment conversation. So my challenge, even to the youth, is number one, what is your saving culture? What is your attitude towards money, towards the environment that you are in? And I look around and I see it is very difficult to start anything of that nature, but it is not impossible. But once you start and you start seeing your money growing, for sure, believe you me, you will not stop that journey. And then 1-2 years down the line, then it will actually be what is making the difference between one person and another, because of the decision you made to start putting aside. But that what you're putting aside, you can actually put it in a place that is not accessible to you, and it is actually building, and then you can now invest on that.
Okay,
Yes.
well explained. Would you say there's a right way of investing, and as a youth who wants to invest, what are some of the things that I need to put into consideration before investing?
So we now assume we have moved from the point of I have started whatever it is I'm doing.
Yes.
Once I get, the youth have this thing of Nikona Kadil. When that Kadil goes through, the first thing is that now we have the resources. I have my resources. In terms of investment, choice of investment, it's very critical as well, because depending on what you are saving for, depending on, am I investing this money so that I will buy a car? Am I investing this money so that it is my retirement? Am I putting this money together so that I can buy a flat screen TV? Whatever it is you're doing, of course, buying a flat screen TV, unless you're using it now again to create more money,
Yes.
then it's not an investment, that's consumption. But whatever the goal is for you to invest this money, then the choice of investment becomes easy. For example, let me put it this way. I can decide to buy a piece of land because I am saving for my child who is in PP1, so that when they go to high school, I will actually use, I can use this plot. But when you get to class 8, you realize that the area where you bought the plot, for one reason or another, has not yet grown to a level where you would want. So you can't sell this plot, and when you tell people to come and buy the plot for the amount of money that you think you should sell it, you realize that you can't off-road it. So you still cannot access the money. Yes, you have a plot. You can say, I have a plot, I invested, but it was the long investment choice because money is not available to you when you need it. So yes, to answer your question, it is very important first to decide, why am I investing? And that way then, there could be some good ways and some not so good ways of investing.
Okay.
Yes.
And how exactly can I attain financial freedom? And what exactly is financial freedom?
It's good that you have actually asked the second question. What exactly is financial freedom? And sometimes people will interchange financial freedom and financial independence. Now, in simply put, is when you say I'm financially independent, is you actually, in the course of just going on with your life, however you do it, you are not so concerned about quote unquote cost of things. When I go to a hotel, I'm more thinking about what is my appetite. I'm not starting by looking at the right side of the menu to see what can I afford. Affording stops becoming the issue, but the issue is money is not, you have had that statement, money is not the problem. So when you are financially free, financially freedom, it means that you can actually continue with your lifestyle and you don't have to do work to earn. Even if you are working, you're not working for money, but you're working simply because maybe it's an activity. But even if you stopped working, you'd still enjoy the same way of living. There are people who have tried to put figures into financial freedom. And some will say it's anything between 25 and 36, equivalent of 25 to 36 years of your current annual expenditure. So if in a whole year, if you look at all your expenditures in whatever you do, and you realize that I use 100,000 in a whole year, then it means that you need now to put 25 to 36 months of that to be say I am financially independent. Because even if you put that in an investment vehicle such as a mutual fund or something like that, they will actually be able to give you a return enough to be able to continue living comfortably. So that is the tail end of the financial journey. And I don't think that even as a youth, you may get there because you still have quite a whole life to go. But it is the end game that you'd want to get to when you say I'm financially free or I'm financially independent. But where you start for financial security. And financial security is basically you want to be secure so that I will not, I have an emergency fund. I can stay for 1 year, even if I'm not working, I can stay for 1 year without having to go borrow anybody in the same house I am. I can enjoy the same lifestyle. I can eat the same food. I can, you can basically do that even if you don't have an income. So that is security. But then it means after that 1 year, then you need to go back and start looking for either other resources to continue enjoying that. So that is financial security. So once you have done with the security now, that's when now the whole investment for financial freedom and financial independence comes in, where you are now looking at how do I ensure that my business, my life can continue. You know, business continuity we talked about?
Yes.
How can I ensure that? So you start looking initially at how can I buy assets that are going to give me liquidity. You know, like if I go buy a unit trust, and today, even in Kenya, we have unit trusts that are starting from as low as 1,000 a month with several insurance companies. You buy that in a unit trust. Every month, they are giving a return and putting it back, and it is even withdrawable. So it means that if I have 100,000, I will actually be getting my 1,000 or 2,000 into my account, and I can withdraw it. And if I don't have any use for it, I can let it then go on and continue multiplying and compounding the whole thing. So once you understand financial literacy is about compounding, where can I get compounding of my investment, then you can be assured that finally you will move towards financial freedom.
Where can I get compounding for my investments?
Compounding, it's actually what it means in simple ways. Let me assume that as a youth, you have decided to use a circle as your investment vehicle. So once you start using your investment vehicle, let's assume you've been saving 5,000 every month. At the end of the year, you're going to have 60.
Yes.
Now, once the year is over, the circle declares a dividend of 10%.
Okay.
So once they declare a dividend of 10%, it is 6,000.
Okay.
Now, instead of taking away the 6,000, you say, now instead of 60, I have 66. So by the start of that year, you are starting with the 66. But remember, the 6 came from your dividend.
Yes, yes.
So that's the power of compounding. So as you move on, it is a phenomenal thing, because by the time you're going about 5 years, an equivalent of what you put as principal has actually been added back to your investment. So that's what we call the power of compounding. And it is always important when you're looking at your investment choices to see if you're going into the money markets or things like that, to check whether they have the compounding aspect for your investments.
Okay.
It's very important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before I let you go,
Yes.
what are some of the things that will hinder me as a youth
Yes.
from attaining financial freedom?
Oh, that's a very loaded question, but I'll tell you for free. Number one, if you're spending more than you're making. And so that means many things. It is a simple statement, but means many things. Number one, you want to ask yourself, so how much do I earn? And you want to be sure. You know, some of us, if you're on a salary, it's easy. If you do various businesses, sometimes it can be difficult because you don't make a uniform amount of money. But it's very important to have a way of capturing how much do you make. Then you now come to the side of how do I spend? What do I spend? Now, if those equations, if you convince yourself that I don't have enough money, so I live in a house of 10,000, I eat 5,000, I spend on all the other things another 10,000, so that's 25,000. But actually, I earn 20. It means every month you are going down 5,000 somewhere. Maybe you're borrowing friends, you're using a credit card or whatever it is. So the youth of today, there is one thing that is a big issue, and that's what we call consumerism. It is because of the trend. You know, every age has a trend. So it is very important for today's youth, a phone is very important. So if you look at the youth in Nairobi, most of them, they are the ones who have the most expensive phones. So it's not unusual to find a youth who is having a phone worth 50,000, but actually if you look at their capacity, if you ask them to give you 5,000, they actually have no idea where it would come.
Yeah.
But so it's just a trend, but it's to watch, you know, and I'm not saying having expensive phones, because I also know that the youth are using the phones for work and all that.
Yeah.
So it's good to get a phone. Did you know that something very simple, maybe if I don't digress, that do you know when I request for an Uber here, the guy with the most sophisticated phone who is doing an Uber is actually the one, his phone will be able to capture that faster than a guy who is using just an ordinary smartphone.
Yes.
So you see, someone like that can say, I'm going to invest in a very good fund, so whenever there is a request in the area, I'm always the first one who gets the request. So that one is assisting you in business. So ideally, it's watch on consumerism, which is more of spending. How do you spend? You find that as a youth, I would rather go to KFC, enjoy that KFC at least, then tomorrow I'm asking, kuna mtu wako na chips mwitu anapitia hapa, at least I enjoyed KFC, It's just to watch the consumerism aspects of it, and then also increase our financial literacy, because I find that a lot of youth don't even know the questions you are variedly asking, don't even know where they would invest. And some of them, so you come along and you get 100,000, you don't know what to do. So you do KFC, Java, all that, and then within a short time, then you're saying, I don't have pair, I don't have whatever, which is something that, we need just to so it's lifestyle choices, and just increasing our literacy level. That will earn us to financial freedom.
Okay. We have established that there are investment opportunities for the youth to dive into.
Yes.
So why exactly is it important for me as a youth to get myself into those investment opportunities? Why do that youth watching today need to understand that it is very important for them to get themselves into those opportunities?
Now, that's a loaded question. Perhaps we'll get another time to really look at that, because it's talking about behavioral. But remember, behavior is dictated by many things. For example, it's very hard for you to go against the culture of the day.
Yes.
But to answer your quick question about the youth of today, why is it important to get into that space?
Yes.
Is when I was growing up, or even today, when you talk to the older men who were there when Buruburu was being built, the plots in Komarok were being sold for less than 5,000, and most of them could afford, because it was not far off. Some of them responded and said that, I cannot go and live in the forest. Now, how Komarok is today. So it doesn't matter. Maybe today we are not talking about real estate. If you do not invest today, that's an opportunity lost.
Yeah.
So the earlier you start, the better it is for you.
Yeah.
For example, even in land, there is no more land being added into Nairobi. So wherever it is, if you're interested in land, go to where Nairobi has reached today, buy. Because Nairobi is just going further and further. So for me, the opportunity lost today will not be recoverable. And you might realize too late that I should have done certain things when it's already too late. So my idea would be that let's look at, don't let an opportunity, even if you don't understand the whole hog, I know there is all this thing I want to enjoy now. Yes, I am not saying you shouldn't enjoy, because again, also, those who are older than us, some of them lived very life warijifinya sana.
Yes.
But today, I would say, yes, balance the two, but don't ignore investment.
Yeah.
And a rainy day, even the Bible says that it is important to have, to set aside something for a rainy day. So it is very, very important, because, and COVID has taught us.
Yes.
I think today, anybody who has seen what COVID has done, jobs getting finished, businesses going down, and everything, is good to set aside. So I would tell the youth who is listening to us today that it doesn't matter how you do, but you cannot afford to consume everything you do. Don't tell yourself the lie, I'm not earning enough. There is nothing like enough in financial. Everyone is looking for more. But wherever you are, even if it is 200, even if it's 500, put it aside in a place that is not accessible to you. And those vehicles, those kind of investment vehicles are there. We can talk about them at another session. But those are make sure you start that journey, so that attitude starts building in you, and you become more financial literate, and you have already started your journey towards financial freedom.
Yes.
Very few people get financially free or even financially independent through a bang. One day you get a deal and you are. Of course, there is
jackpot.
Jackpot. That can happen. Those are miracles. They do happen. But those are few and far between. The sure way is starting somewhere and moving towards a destination.
Yeah. I hope you've got that, guys. The earlier you start, the better for you. And it is very important for you to invest. So let's go back to the comments. Steve Biko anasema niko hapa ndani CBD but na represent East. Thank you so much Steve for always keeping it squared. He's also saying how do I invest and manage risk if it depends on kazi mtaani?
That's goes to exactly what we were saying, that sometimes we may be you have to deal with financial security. So when you go to kazi mtaani and you get some let's say perhaps you are paid and you can't consume all that at that point, do you know of some vehicles that could actually take put this money and it is going to start earning you something? I mean, if you convince yourself that hii ni pesa nimepata haraka wacha ni whatever, then you perhaps need to even start maybe a small business that will, if when kazi mtaani is not there, it can actually start giving you some little income. So perhaps you can use kazi mtaani as a stepping stone to get into somewhere, maybe buy something now that will allow you that even when there is no kazi mtaani, this one can make me 200 every day. Then you start moving on and on like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Hope you've got that, Steve. Ian Josh, thank you so much for keeping it squared. Anasema, what do you do when your expenses is more than income?
Change your lifestyle. You need to work on that one is a sure way. In fact, I like something we are taught in financial whatever, that you're actually cruising in life in a four-wheel towards your financial groom. So if your expenses are more than your income, you need to change that equation. Otherwise, you're digging a hole.
Okay.
And whatever it is you have to do, I know sometimes it is almost looks like it's impossible, but either increase your income. If you're increasing your income is not, you're not able to increase your income, you have to do something about your expenses.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Brad Ongota, thank you so much for tuning in. Brad anasema Shoni Moto. I'm watching from Buruburu. Yay, Buruburu represented. Thank you so much. Makenda TV anasema, what do I do to control my salary so as to invest? And thank you so much for keeping it squared.
How do I control my salary?
Yes, so as to invest.
Now, one, I would say this. If you're on a salary, the salary does not change every day. Neither does it change every month. The salary stays static. And even when there is a non-normal change, it's barely enough to cater for inflation. So even if you get a 10% increase, it just barely covers for the inflation. So my thing is that you need to actually set aside what we call check-off systems, so that you're not touching that money then deciding to save. If you wait for you to receive the money then you save, that is a sure way of money finding other ways. But if it can be checked at source, if there is an opportunity that money is checked, so whatever comes to you is minus what you want to save, that sometimes works better than we waiting to get and then making a conscious decision to actually save. So if controlling the salary is about salary comes and I don't see where the salary has gone, then the issue is you need to have some check-off system. I know even people who have even checked off even tithe and everything, so that whatever comes, even if they deal with it in a day, at least their saving is not touched, and there are other things that are important to them are not touched.
Okay. Nancy Bansi, thank you so much. She's saying, loving this show from Donny. Thank you so much for staying tuned, Nancy. There's a comment here that has been deleted, but I hope you will resend that comment. Thank you so much for your time. And as I let you go, as a youth, how do I navigate the business world?
Navigating, that looks like a title for a show, but let me try and say something very quickly. Business world, there are certain disciplines that are required in a business world, and understanding and sticking to those disciplines is important. Number one, when you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, then it means that you don't have a consistent income. It means that you need to project yourself out to customers and things like that. So it means that the disciplines that you have, the disciplines that you need may be slightly different than an employee who perhaps for them they have a specific role, they know what is needed, the organization is already laid a lot of infrastructure for that. So for me as a youth, the number one, understand your customer. Who is your customer? And are you in control of the customer, or are you in control of the supply? A good example is, if I decide to start a business of kuchoma mahindi, today, the most important decision is actually who will be buying my Mahindi.
Yeah.
So I may decide I'll put it at a corner near the entrance to an estate. That is important because you want to put some control to your demand.
Yes.
And then now you can decide where will I be getting maize. And if I get my maize from Gikomba, what happens when Gikomba is burnt and it is out of bounds?
Yeah.
I can actually decide to go to Githurai. So you see, you do all that. You understand your market, you understand your customer, you understand your product, and then make sure that you are consistent in what you do. And when the money comes to you now, you need money management principles that we are talking about so that you can ensure that even when you don't get that customer, or even when you don't get that business, that you're not having to scamper around to look for resources to continue or to run your business.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much for educating us. I have learned something.
Yes.
And at least by the end of this show, hata wewe when you watch to may establish na wewe kuna investment opportunities. You just need to play your cards right, guys. Get yourself into those spaces. It is never late. And the earlier you start, the better for you. Thank you so much for creating time.
Thank you for welcoming me as well. Look forward to next time.
Of course, we'll have a couple of more. You'll be our resident financial coach.
Thank you.
Yeah. Guys, so immediately after this conversation ends, the show ends, of course, you can watch this interview again. Just get to understand some of the things that we have talked about today. They are very important. You're going to benefit from that. I have personally gotten something from that. And as for now, we want to take a break, guys. So, kila mtu anapenda art. Yani, you love to be beautiful. Ukipambwa na all those beads, all those earrings. Don't I look beautiful? I know I look beautiful. So our beautiful host, Nancy Bansi, was out in the field at Kazuri Beads and Pottery in Karen. And this is a story that she had to compile for us for the East Quadrant location. I remember we said for East Quadrant location, we're here to explore people and explore places, different cultures, and of course give you something fresh, straight from the field. So this is East Quadrant on location. Take a look.
Jewelry has the power to make you feel unique. So what do you go for when you want to feel unique? Quality or quantity? My name is Nancy Bansi, and today I'm going to take you on a tour in Kazuri Beads. We're going to learn more. This is East Square on location. So to help us understand more about Kazuri, we have a guest and he's going to explain to us everything about it. Habari yako?
Mzuri sana. My name is Philip. I'm a supervisor here in Kazuri. So please welcome to Kazuri.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So Kazuri was started by English lady called Susan Wood in 1975. So she started with 2 single mothers. Her idea was just to create work for the single mothers. Now it has grown from 2, now they are 75. So the lady who started Kazuri, that's the English lady Susan Wood. She saw there are so many single mothers here in Kenya. That's why she started with 2 single mothers, just to help her to do the local workers, to do the local work with the local people. Yeah, so she tried to make the beads, then she saw the beads were so nice. That's why she called it Kazuri.
Oh.
Kazuri meaning something small and beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So after all that time, have you guys ever considered like also employing men, or?
We have some few men just to help the ladies for the some specific areas. Yeah, like processing the clay, doing the pottery work. There you need to be trained how to do the pottery work.
Okay, so you produce your own beads?
So we produce our own beads here in Kazuri.
Oh, the main branch. No?
Yes, this is the main branch.
Mm-hmm. So how many are there?
They are 72 in number.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So can you take us through the process of making the beads?
Yeah, please come with me.
Okay.
I want us to start our journey right from the scratch. So here in Kazuri we are making beads out of clay. It's ceramic clay which we get it all the way from Mount Kenya.
Oh.
So we bring the clay when it's like this. So we have to process the clay. So we mix the clay up there with the water and the towel, remove the impurities inside the clay.
Okay.
Then from then I will squeeze the excess water out of the clay. So now we have liquid form of clay in that blue tank, sieved clay. So clay comes with a lot of pressure, then pass through the cloths. The water drips down, then the clay remain in between the clay. And then we get our slabs of very soft clay, just the way the metal look like. Then before we start using the clay, we have to wench it. Now from there now we pick the clay, we take them to the factory. We are going to see how they are making the beads. So now this is the soft clay which we are using to make the beads. Please, can you touch it? Yeah, it's very soft clay. Yeah, because we want our beads to be the same size, they have to use the molds to size the clay. So the molds are made out of plaster of Paris. So this is just a pendant of the necklaces. You just put them in there. Just making different shapes of beads. Some they are shiny like these ones because they are using oil so that the clay does not stick to their hands. Yeah. Aside from making the beads, we make plates, cups, just using the same clay.
Same clay.
Yeah.
So that you do pottery also.
Yeah, we do the pottery. The painters, they are given a list like this one, just to show them the number of the beads, the different color they're going to use it, because they paint them according to local orders or overseas orders we get it. Yeah. So they paint them like these ones. They are using ceramic paints. So as you can see what she's doing here, she's just
Dipping them.
the beads inside the paints. So because the beads are porous, it absorbs the paints quickly. Then from there now we can put them inside the ovens, we bake them.
Yes.
So we're just going to walk pole. We see how we load the beads inside the oven. Yeah. So these bricks are just made out of clay, these ones. The work of the bricks you can see just spacers inside.
Oh,
just
like
check.
this,
Yeah. So we are just going to stack the beads until the oven is full. Then we are just going to bake them overnight, 8 hours, 1000 degrees. The paint, it has glass inside, it will melt, then they'll come out shining.
So like how many?
Per day we can produce about 7,000, 9,000 beads a day. Necklaces, we can make around 200 necklaces
Per day.
per day.
Nice.
Yeah. After we check them, the beads one by one, these are the ones who check quality control. Yeah, they broken them, they put them aside. The good one, we pick it, then we start stringing the necklaces. So as they string the bracelets, the necklaces, they have the list I've shown you, just to show them how they are going to join them together. Then we are using memory wires, string wires to string the bracelets. So when we come to the site of pottery here, before they start painting them, they have to sand them to make sure they are smooth. Then from then on we start painting just using hands, the way you can see she's doing.
The whole pattern behind.
Yeah. The paints we are using, it's lead-free paint. You can drink on it, eat on it. It can't poison your good health. Then you can use them in microwaves, oven, dishwashers after we fire them. So here, now we have the finished product of the pottery now. You have seen the beads. Yeah. You know, if you see the finished product, you can't appreciate the work behind it.
Yeah, it's all one.
But if you got the process, you appreciate the work behind it.
So that's all the time we had for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. So next time you're in Karen, please come visit this place. You'll learn a lot. Also comment down below, tell us what other location you'd like us to visit. I've been your host Nancy Bansi, and this is the Squared on Location.
Nilihadithiwa na mababu, mwanzo nilikuwa sijui mapenzi, niliyasoma kwa vitabu. Sasa nimekuwa nimejua mapenzi uchizi, yule unayempenda ndo anakunyima usingizi. Sasa nimekuwa nimejua mapenzi uchizi, yule unayempenda ndo anakunyima usingizi. Sasa nimekuwa nimejua mapenzi uchizi, yule unayempenda ndo anakunyima usingizi. Mapenzi unatuma message usiku, anajibu mchana. Unatuma message mchana, anajibu usiku. Unatuma message usiku, anajibu mchana. Unatuma message mchana, anajibu usiku. Mapenzi sasa niko single na enjoy, niko single na enjoy. Sasa niko single na enjoy, niko single na enjoy. Sasa niko single na enjoy, niko single na enjoy. Sasa niko single na enjoy, niko single na enjoy. Sasa niko single na enjoy, mwenzenyu niko single na enjoy. Sasa niko single na enjoy, mwenzenyu niko single na enjoy. Sasa niko single na enjoy, mwenzenyu niko single na enjoy. Sasa nimekuwa nimejua mapenzi uchizi, yule unayempenda ndo anakunyima usingizi. Sasa nimekuwa nimejua mapenzi uchizi, yule unayempenda ndo anakunyima usingizi. Sasa nimekuwa nimejua mapenzi uchizi, yule unayempenda ndo anakunyima usingizi. Sasa nimekuwa nimejua mapenzi uchizi, yule unayempenda ndo anakunyima usingizi. Mapenzi sasa niko single na enjoy, mwenzenyu niko single na enjoy. Sasa niko single na enjoy, niko single na enjoy. Sasa niko single na enjoy, mwenzenyu niko single na enjoy. Sasa nimekuwa nimejua mapenzi uchizi, yule unayempenda ndo anakunyima usingizi. Sasa nimekuwa nimejua mapenzi uchizi, yule anayekupenda ndo anakunyima usingizi. Mapenzi
hata sijui nianzie wapi manze. So you can sing.
Thank you. Thank you.
How do you manage to hit chords kama hizo manze?
Hata mimi sijui.
You know, I noticed when ulikuwa na rehearse na band. First of all, niliona tu chemistry, yeah? Nili notice the chemistry that you had with the band. Na sikuona ukistruggle at any point. So does it mean you've done this before?
Yeah.
For quite a while?
Been singing, for quite a while. Quite some time.
For quite some time.
Yeah.
Amazing voice. Anyway, before that, sana manze, thanks so much our lovely viewers for keeping us company in this beautiful afternoon. Remember, if you're joining us for the first time, this is Eastlands Expressions manze. We are live on YouTube at E_squared TV, sindio? And of course, you can keep the conversation going up in our comment section. Talk to us. Tell us where you're watching us from. Remember, leo nimesema tunafanya vitu tofauti kiasi, sindio? Leo tunafanya census. Nataka kujua mafans wetu wako wapi, sindio? Kidogo nimeshaona kuna wase wa CBD, nimeona kuna wase wa Doni, kuna watu wa 58 represented, si ndio? So nataka kusikia watu wa East manze. Watu wa East kwani mko wapi? Si ndio? Talk to us pia kwa other social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram. Facebook tuko at Eastlands Expressions, Instagram and Twitter tuko at E_squared KE. Si ndio? And of course I have an amazing lady on set with a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
So, before tuende sana, majina kamili tukuite nani? Tuanze kwanza na ya kitambulisho and then sasa tuingie usanii.
Naitwa Nthenya, ya usanii ni Nthenya.
So
Yeah.
original.
Yeah.
Hiyo
Original
tu
name.
ulirusha huko ukitaka au kutaka kuwa creative. Unajua wasanii wanakuwa na mambo mingi.
Nthenya is creative still. It's just a good name. Naipenda.
It's a beautiful name.
Yeah.
Of course, na the voice itself na vile uko, your personality, vile uko calm and everything in a rhyme na whatever una do. So how would you describe your genre? Type yako ya muziki?
I'd say African soul.
African soul.
Yeah. More African songs. Soul. Yeah. I'm not really hyped sana.
Wewe ni mtu
but I try.
Relax. Wewe si mtu twende sana. It's a good thing. Yeah. How is the market from that side? Unajua it's not a very popular genre for especially for the young people.
I wouldn't say easy. Quite difficult. Yeah, because si rahisi to gather your audience. Yeah, it's never easy.
Yeah.
But
wamependa the type ama
yeah, responsive awesome. At least for starters.
Yeah.
I'd say responsive. Yeah.
So for how long have you been doing this?
Singing. I've been singing since niko mtoi, but serious music nilianza 2018. Shule fulani inaitwa Sauti Academy. Yeah. So I've been there. Kani train kiasi until penye nimefika sasa now.
So you've actually gone to music school?
Yeah. Train vocals
and everything.
Performance and all that, yeah.
How unajua ni it's something very, I would say, interesting, na ni something very different that not each and every artist out there anapatanga opportunity to be there.
Yeah,
so how would you say that process ya kukua kwa music school and kwenda through your process has helped you ama your music and everything?
Yeah, it's amazing because you learn new things zenye uko unajua. You just go and learn how to handle yourself musically, how to do things musically, how to be courageous enough, how to not tense. You taught a lot of things. It's not about the vocals peke yake.
Si vocals tu.
Kuna tu vitu nyingi sana in music zenye they are yet to be learned. They're supposed to be learned.
Yeah. Definitely. Muziki siku tu kuingia studio. Utoa track alafu kushatoka hapo nje, what next? It's a good thing. It's very interesting. Na this month tuko na very critical conversations, ndio investing na mambo yote na young people kujieka kwa hiyo space ya kujaribu ku plan for the future financially and everything. Music ni big, ndio?
Ni busy.
So how are you making money music? Wacha tuanzie hapo for you. Are you if at all you are, kama bado umekataa pia unaweza tuambia tu. But definitely how are the financials coming up?
Shows. You can go to shows kwa restaurants. Hizi shows nenda unaimba. Yeah. I think for me it just shows know that maybe in future I do music teaching. So that would teaching music. I don't teach, but in future maybe.
You're looking forward to that?
Yeah. Teach music.
Nice. So nataka tu maybe to get experience yako as an artist, sindio? As an artist mwenye amepitia a process yenye imekushape towards what you are and how you are as Nthenya, sindio, the artist. How is financial management and financial strategies good ama beneficial for an artist according to you? Like how msanii anafaa ajue ama umuhimu gani msanii anafaa kuweka when dealing with finances, maybe do zenye amepata kwa show, do zenye maybe amepata kwa selling distributing music and everything. How important is your process yote ya kujua the importance of kuweka do and everything?
The importance. It may help in future.
You do know why I'm asking you this? Kwa sababu a lot of young people wenye wako into music, tupenye tu tumesema from the start, not so many have had an advantage of going through a process. I'm sure in music school hizo ni vitu zenye probably mmeambiwa, mmefundishwa, mkapatiwa tips and everything, si ndio? So maybe tena zataka utake your advantage, uteach mtu mwenye anakuwatch kama artist on that aspect. Now that all month tunaongelea mambo na do na investments and everything.
I'd say like mziki ina pesa yake, and how you use that money really matters, you know. Like umepata do kwa show, where do you invest it? First of all, ukipata hizo do, you invest it somewhere kwenye itakusaidia in future. Using that money, you can also use it to grow your music in other ways. Unaweza you learn something else that you can also do for other people who are artists. You say, so when you invest in something, you can say, unaweza fungua studio yako, you invest there, then you start now recording artists. You see, that's now another way of making money. You make money and also make money through music. I'd say that. So just invest. Ukipata hizo show, invest, and then learn more, as in usikuwe tu kwa hiyo sako ya music peke yake. Learn other things, learn production, learn videography as an artist, because inasaidianga sana in some way. Very
true. Now to switch gears here, female artists, there are always challenges. Not that the other side hakuna challenges, but there are specific challenges that the female artists wanapitia kwa industries, ndio. What would you say has been your biggest challenge kwa kuanzia uanze?
My biggest challenge is getting shows. It ain't easy. It's not easy. Getting shows for me has been a challenge for me. Kupata hizo mashow, because now after school you're released. Niwewe sasa jitegemea and all that. So getting shows, it's been quite hard, and also getting funds. It's not quite easy for projects and all that. You have unafaa kujituma until now it pays. And another challenge is maybe music doesn't really pay, so you have to stop music and do other things. So by the time unarudi kwa music, you have to now think again where to start from afresh. So it's not easy. It's not an easy journey, but we get there anyway. It's interesting.
So you do everything for yourself. You market your own music peke yako, I mean, and everything unafanya solo.
For now.
Wow.
And also maybe friends when you wanna support push. Funds. Wanna support push. Then now you get to where you are.
Good stuff. Good. I love. Napenda sana vile ukompost. Napenda sana vile umejieka kwa hiyo space na umeamua kuitake it na unaipiga fiti, si ndio? So guys, if you're still watching us from home, remember we are still live, you're still on. We have an amazing lady with an amazing voice right here on stage, si ndio? So I'ma leave her perform the next track yenye na perform, and then when we come right back tutakuwa tunaingia kwa comment section, and then tusikie mafans wanasema ni aje, right? Okay, take it away.
So this is an original. I hope you guys like it. How we got here I don't know. Ni kama nilipitwa na mahali. Shujaa wa moyo hawajui, kaufanya moyo wangu kuwa shubiri.
Now I don't even know myself anymore. And to find myself, I don't know if I would. I'm in too deep. I'm in too deep. Sikujua kwako sikufaa, nilikuwa tu kakifaa. Mbona kunifanya hivi? Moyo kaubadili. Sikujua kwako sikufaa, nilikuwa tu kakifaa. Mbona kunifanya hivi? Moyo kaubadili. How we got here I don't know. Ni kama nilipitwa na mahali. Shujaa wa moyo kawa chui, kaufanya moyo wangu kuwa shubiri. Now I don't even know myself anymore. And to find myself, I don't know if I would. I'm in too deep. I'm in too deep. Sikujua kwako sikufaa, nilikuwa tu kakifaa. Mbona kunifanya hivi? Moyo kaubadili. Sikujua kwako sikufaa, nilikuwa kakifaa. Mbona kunifanya hivi? Moyo kaubadili. Sikujua kwako sikufaa, nilikuwa tu kakifaa. Mbona kunifanya hivi? Moyo kaubadili, moyo kaubadili. Sikujua kwako sikufaa, mbona kunifanya hivi? Moyo kaubadili. Sikujua kwako sikufaa, nilikuwa tu kakifaa. Mbona kunifanya hivi? Moyo kubadili. How we got here I don't know. How we got here I don't know. Yeah, how we got here I don't know. How we got here I don't know. Shujaa wa moyo akawa chui. Shujaa wa moyo, shujaa wa moyo. Sikujua kwako sikufaa, nilikuwa tu kakifaa. Mbona kunifanya hivi? Moyo kaubadili, kaubadili. Sikujua kwako sikufaa, nilikuwa tu kakifaa. Mbona kunifanya hivi? Moyo kaubadili. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you.
You know, ukimaliza kuimba nashindwa venye nikuje niongee juu sauti yangu yenyewe inachoma. kuna aura fulani una create kwa hii stage yenye hata msaki kam anajishuku tu manze. Shindwa uongee, utume mpesa ama ufanye nini.
Sana mpesa.
That's an amazing track. Ebu tell us something kidogo about that song.
This song.
Pia unaweza toboa tu siri.
I think I just wrote it, man. I think beshte yangu actually niliandika through beshte yangu alinichapia story yake. What it happened to her. I don't know what happened. I don't remember, but it was something in Ilini.
Ilikuwa out
And I
of
was
a
like,
story.
hey man, let me just write this. I just put myself in her shoe.
Mm.
And yeah, then ikakuwa too personal. So I just love this song.
Nimeona hadi
It's a
machozi
good
kidogo
song,
itiririka.
man. It's a good song. No, sometimes you don't have to write about you. Write about other
Other
people.
people.
You tell their story. So this one I told my friend's story in music. I put it on paper because at a sing explain, I was out of words. So I was just like, acha tu nikuandikie wimbo. Labda itakuwa tu sawa. Yeah.
Sawa. Hata mimi wasanii tafadhali. Hata mimi niimbiwe tafadhali. Anyway guys, thanks so much for showing love manze. Kwa comment section ona kumewaka mbaya. So wacha tuanzie wapi? Tuanzie kwa Caroline Atieno anasema Nthenya fire moto sana manze. She's loving the show. And then tuko na our resident fan, wenaitwa Mr. Premium Gang himself. Steve Biko anasema msanii ameweza. And then anasema tena special dedication to my ex. Depression is real. Bana wasawa kairada. And then tuko na Berito anasema ametumapo emoji za moto. She's loving the show. Anasema ana watch live from Langata Southlands. Wasawa LA manze, big up uno self. And then tuko na Nancy Bansi anasema she has such an amazing voice. I tell you. Ile sauti nyiko hapa hata sijui haitoi nyoka pangoni, nabeba nyoka plus na pangoni yote inayamisha. Yeah man, Nancy again anasema talent iko on point, moto. And then Steve Biko ana request we need her to perform ingine moja. Definitely man, hata mimi manze sijatosheka bro, lazima pige ingine tena. She'll be performing tukimaliza, si ndio? She'll be performing for us, atakuwa anatufungia show na another beautiful track. So maybe just to ask, what really, apart from maybe true stories, what really inspires writing process yako, apart from maybe sasa stories za wasee wengine mabeshte and everything?
I'd say my story also inspire wasee, and maybe the environment that I'm in could really helps in writing. Yeah.
And then let me check. Nimeona kuna comments bado zinazidi kutiririka. Thanks so much guys manze for the love. Leo manze comment section. Nimekuja na ubaya. Napenda sana. We have Andy Saharan anasema Nthenya, enough love from Andy.
Thank you.
Thanks so much manze Andy for the love. And then tuko na is it Z Media wanasema msanii mkali huyo from
Santi.
Is it Zai kama ni Zak? Thanks so much manze for watching the show. We love you so much. Our new viewers manze tunawapenda sana. This is how we do it. Make it a routine manze, each and every Saturday from 2 straight to 4 p.m. we hang out here, we experience beautiful music from such beautiful artists wenye watu naleta hapa, of course with the help of the amazing Black Boy Band, sindio? Yeah. And of course if you would also want to have a glimpse of whatever we've been doing before, ingia tu hapo hivyo kwa YouTube after tumemaliza hii stream, pitia tu hapo hivyo kwa page, kwa channel and see some of the contents zenye tumeweka hapo. I'm sure you will love them, sindio? And then if I continue with na comments kiasi naona tena Andy Sahara anasema weni Saida Karoli wao. Chambua kama karanga. Unaweza niambia hiyo? Tuta negotiate. Tuteka deal kwa table. And then finally again Andy Sahara anasema ingine moja. Demand imepanda, bei imepanda finally tuko na Andy Sahara tena anasema salamu zifike kwa drama Brayo from Andy for the first time. For the first time thanks so much Maze for recognizing the guys behind the instruments. Sawa sawa, unafanya kazi nzuri sana, si ndio? We appreciate them, we love them. So maybe if tukimaliza unaweza peana social media handles zako, vile tunaweza kupata, vile tunaweza kufollow, how we can get more music from you.
Niko Instagram at Nthenya Mary for the moment. Nthenya Mary Instagram. YouTube bado. Soon.
Unangoja?
Soon.
Hebu changamka manzi. Fanya hivyo, ukitoka tu hapa tu sasa. Changamka ufungue hiyo channel.
Sawa.
We need hiyo muziki lazima tuipate.
Sawa.
It's so soothing man, it's so beautiful.
Thank
Na
you.
iko na so much a good message. Si ndio? Mtu akitaka collabo. I have fans here. I have artists wenye wanaangalianga wanasema collabo.
Yeah, iko sawa.
Iko open, si ndio?
Niko open for.
So thanks so much. Thanks so much for coming to the show.
Thank you.
We look forward to having you more and more.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. We love your music. We love whatever you're doing.
Thanks.
Endelea na hiyo moyo. Represent Magalde hapo nje, si ndio?
Yeah.
Tuende tukienda sana.
Yeah.
So right about now, I want to invite back my co-host to funge hii shughuli, and then you'll be coming back to finalize with another performance, right?
Okay.
Sawa. Yes. Madam Caro.
I am back like I never left.
Yeah, like
Actually,
you
I
never
never left. Yeah. I really love Nthenya's type of style of
music.
Singing. Yes. And I'd also love to shout someone. Andy Sahara, nimekuona kwa comment section. Thank you so much for watching Squared. Manze, Andy ndiye alituletea huyo msanii.
Thanks so much.
She is doing an amazing job, na tutakuwa na Andy next week pia. So najua Nthenya baada tarudi next week. So it's a perfect Saturday.
Nice. We're looking forward to having such a beautiful show.
Yeah.
Sindio?
Yeah.
Tuipige, tuimalize, sindio?
Yes.
Yeah man. So before we finish,
you know how we do this.
But before tunajua nataka tuende, but mimi niko na announcement. I have an announcement.
Yes.
If you're an artist out there, you're a creative out there who's doing music, sindio? And you're looking for a space, a conducive environment to do your music at affordable prices, for good quality audio product, sindio?
Yes.
We at Black Boy Music Studios and Academy are offering those services. So feel free to contact us, sindio? Hizo namba zenye ziko hapo hivyo chini, hizo vitu zinacheza hapo manze, unaona penye zimeoshwa, zimepigwa pamba.
And guys, when we say quality, we mean quality. We're giving you quality services at affordable prices. Hatuwezi kosana.
Yeah,
now you will love the output, by the way.
Yeah, we have an amazing variety of services.
Yes.
From jingles, from radio ads, from voiceovers, from podcasts. We also have an academy yenye tume set up for the DJs wenye wana grow up kwa industry. If you want to come and learn how to DJ, if you want to come and learn how to play instruments kama wazito wenye wako hapa, sindio? The space is open. Intake is ongoing, sindio? So contact us through hizo details zenye ziko hapo chini, tutafute and then tusonge mbele pamoja, au sio?
Na pia kama uko na business unataka ku-advertise na sisi, namba ni hiyo tu hapo kwa screen. Give us a call and we'll give you something that will be worth your money, sindio?
Yeah. I love the conversation about investments.
And I want you to invest from this conversation hata wewe.
Ili ni bamba, usingoje kushika 10, 50, sijui 100 do anze kuinvest. Sindio? Napenda sana venye alikuwa break down.
Yes.
The importance, how you do it. Na kenye me stand out, someone asked a very important question yenye wase wana deal nayo. Na sometimes we are blind to those circumstances. If your income is less than your expenditures, sindio, what do you do? Sindio? Ilikuwa such a good question. I'm sure imesaidia Mbogi hapo nje. Yeah, it was such an honor having the amazing gentleman on the show.
I'm glad you've learned something. I'm also sure you guys have gotten something for the conversation. And of course, kama uko pale mtaa unachapa sherehe, do it minimally. Invest. Save, guys. It is very important. Not just for today, but for the future. You will thank you squared. But in the meantime, guys, it has been an amazing show having you guys here. Keep us company every Saturday from 2 p.m. We love you guys so much. Thank you so much for the love. remember to subscribe to our channel, turn the notification bell on so that every time we go live, every time we put out content for you guys, you are able to access it. And of course, we are on across other social media platforms. Yeah.
On Facebook tuko at Eastlands Expressions, on Instagram and Twitter tuko at E_squared KE.
Yes.
Sindio? So thanks so much guys for watching. Until next time, I've been your host, Pinches the Entertainer. You can also call me the King of Good Vibes.
Okay. And I am Carolina Chieno. Until next time, guys, do have a beautiful Saturday and be well.
Adios. Sindio?
Umekuwa Josephine sawa. Aya, acha tuite msanii kuja perform tena.
Welcome back on set, Nthenya. Take it away.
Thank you.
All right.
So this is another original inaitwa Hisia. Yeah.
Unavyofanya nihisi hisia zangu sipingani, nimekuweka akilini, wengine nisije nikatamani. Ama stick around na kuahidi, ushaniteka kwa haya mapenzi. Kwako najua sitatoa chozi, maana wewe si mchochezi. Unavyofanya nihisi hisia zangu sipingani, nimekuweka akilini, wengine nisije nikatamani. Ama stick around na kuahidi, ushaniteka kwa haya mapenzi. Kwako najua sitatoa chozi, no, maana wewe si mchochezi. Can't believe this is no joke, can't believe this is no game. I'm yours for life, I'm yours for life, for life. Can't believe this is no game, can't believe this is no joke. I'm yours for life, I'm yours for life, for life. Can't believe this is no game, can't believe this is no joke. I'm yours for life, for life, yeah. Unavyofanya nihisi hisia zangu sipingani, nimekuweka akilini, wengine nisije nikatamani. Ama stick around na kuahidi, ushaniteka kwa haya mapenzi. Kwako najua sitatoa chozi, no, maana wewe si mchochezi. Can't believe hisia zangu sipingani, no, 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 no. Yeah. Hisia zangu sipingani, no, 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 no. Yeah. Na nimekuweka akilini, wengine mimi sitamani. Unavyofanya nihisi hisia zangu misipingani, nimekuweka akilini, wengine nisije nikatamani. Ama stick around na kuahidi, ushaniteka kwa haya mapenzi. Kwako najua sitatoa chozi. Can't believe this is no game, this is no joke. Yes, I'm yours for life, I'm yours for life, I'm yours for life, for life. Can't believe this is no game, I cannot believe this is no joke. 'Cause me ni wako for life. Yes, I'm yours for life, for life. Yes, I'm yours for life, for life, for life. Unavyofanya nihisi hisia zangu sipingani, nimekuweka akilini, wengine nisije nikatamani. Ama stick around na kuwai, ushaniteka kwa ya mapenzi, na kwako najua sitatoa chozi, maana wewe si mchochezi. Thank you so much, guys.
Black Boy Music.